Audit independence. In audit, the normal practice is that we are expected to be independent. And that is why, first, it is recommended in audit practice that you report to the board. That's a normal thing. Because when you report to the board, sometimes it could be board audit committee. You could have a dotted line reporting to the MD. Some of the times you have to audit the MD's infrastructure or process. Imagine if you are auditing an MD process and there is a finding that is indicting. You have to give to him. What do you think will happen? Although sometimes we give our audit report to MD for approval for implementation. But because he's still going to the board, he has no option than to, cooperate with you people. When you do not have audit committee and you are reporting to the MD, there's a level of, limitation that you have, right? So that is why they advise audit independence. But again, another thing is, the job requires you to voice out if your independence is in jeopardy. Let me give you examples. You want to go and do an audit. The audit you want to go and do, if you get there, they can challenge you. Maybe you have been part of the process. Maybe they just move you from that department to audit. What you want to go and check there, you were the one that did or implemented them. If you find a fault, the next thing, I've seen it before, they will tell you is that, Shebi, you were the one who did it. You were here when they did it. You did this, you did that. So, those are areas where you find conflicts or challenges. So, it's better to tell your boss and say, okay, let this person go and do it. Even if they are going to accuse you, you'll not be there. At least they will be cooperating with the auditor. Another area is example. I'll give an example of what I saw in one company. Some people were in IT audit. They hired them as IT auditor. Then they moved them to IT security. When they moved them to IT security, they want them to be reporting to the head of IT. So what these guys, what they did was, they just went to the MD to say, now we are IT auditors. You say you are moving us to IT security. The implication is that we will not be able to do our audit work again because we cannot be auditing ourselves. That's one. Two, in IT, they want the management to know whatever they want the management to know. Auditors want the management to know everything that the management needs to know. Everything that the management must know. There will be conflict. If there are 5 things I need the management to know as an auditor, and I'm reporting to head of IT, it means that if the head of IT wants me to report only 2 out of 5 things that I need the management to know, there will be fight, there will be problem, there will be conflict. And besides, apart from that, that is independence again, violated. Apart from that, I'll be the one implementing as an IT security person or information security person. You now be implementing, you now be doing 1 or 2 things, implementation, infrastructure implementation, or 1 or 2 processes implementation. You will now be the one auditing that implementation. It's not possible. The two can't go together. So they had to go and tell the management, how do we resolve this? That is what the job requires. He must voice out. Although at times it could make resistance. They can even call you names. They can say you talk too much and all those things. But those are things you must do because you know. You will not say because they will say what you don't like. You must tell them that is what the job requires. Audit independence. So I'm even sure in that company, that's what they still do. They combine IT, security, and IT audit together. So to now manage the situation, you know what they now did? They said the person in charge should be reporting to the head of IT, or maybe chief technical officer, when it comes to information security aspects. When it comes to IT audits, it should be reporting to MD. So it's reporting to two different people or two different tasks. Tasks that should not even come together in the first place. How do you marry that? They make a nonsense of IT audit or IS audit. Because the person can never be effective, it can never be taken serious, you can never do what you are supposed to do because you don't want to have conflict with this, the head of IT or the whatever you are reporting to on IT matter. And especially in a situation where even if you confide in the MD, he's not taking your people serious, he's not committed to you people. There are, all those things will affect your job. So the better thing is a serious company should follow that protocol or what the expectation or the requirement of the audit practice. IT audit or IS audit should be standing alone. You can combine it in the bank. They combine them with general audit. Those who audit branches and the rest of the bank head office and all those things. They can even ask them to report to the chief audit executive, who in turn report to the board. That is standard. But because some companies, they say they want to manage money, some they even have that money, but because of lack of structure, and lack of commitment or dedication, or even display of poor leadership or governance practice by the leadership, they will insist on that wrong process. So those are the things. So we go to